Hello kings and queens, thank you so much for tuning into this video. So I have been at Big Four Consulting for a year and almost a half now, so I thought why not come on here and tell you guys my thoughts so far. I'll answer a bunch of questions for you guys. I've been getting a lot of DMs about my work, and I thought why not just come on here and give you guys an honest opinion of where I'm at, okay? If I'm fed up, if I'm not fed up, if I'll be continuing on with this, things that surprise me, all that good stuff. Just get your popcorn and get ready to chat because I'm about to chat, all right? Before we do that though, you gotta make sure to join the notification squad. You gotta make sure to join this kingdom, okay? Over here we talk all about how to reign in young professional life with Christ. I do videos all about my job as a consultant. I do faith videos, I do workout videos, finance videos, and also style videos. We kind of do it all on this channel, okay? We're Christian professionals here, so come over here and reign with us. And then also, like I said, put your notifications on so you do not miss when I post a video. Already, just go ahead and like this video because you know it's about to be good. I'm gonna tell you guys all the tea. I'm gonna tell you guys everything that I feel about being a consultant. All right, so just like this video, get in the comments and let me know what you guys want me to post next with this whole consulting series. So thank you guys so much for watching, and let's continue on with the video. All right, so I started my job as a consultant when I started my job as a consultant in February 2019. So far, overall, I have learned a lot. I've learned how to work quickly and how to have an opinion about everything, because you kind of have to in consulting, well, at least with my experience. And then overall, I've learned that consultants work a lot and they have a lot of different hats. I've done like a video about skills that you need to have to be a consultant or to be a successful consultant. I'll link it down below and also above. But yeah, I've learned just to fake it till you make it. And I've learned to just be confident, because if you're not, then nobody's gonna trust you, nobody's gonna want them on your team. Those are like the big things that I've learned. But I'm gonna like go by questions because I feel like this will be like a bunch of ramble if I don't do questions. So now question number one would be, what is training like? How is training week? So for me, training was pretty good actually. So we got a hotel for all the new associates, and we all went down there, and basically they taught us like everyday things about the company first, how to like submit your expenses, how to book your travel. But then they also taught us about like client work, and we had like a fake project that we had to do a deliverable for. That was pretty cool, but it's actually really a lot. People made it stressful than it really had to be, but you make a lot of connections that way because you meet literally all the whole like start class for your year, and then you also meet a bunch of directors in your office, you meet a bunch of managers, things like that. So it's a really good opportunity to network and kind of get to know people that you're gonna start working with and things like that. That was a really good experience, I think. And then it gets real because the next week you have to start working, right? So for me, they told me that Friday of the last training day that I will be flying to California for my client, and this is not the client that I was currently at. So I had to fly to San Francisco for this client, and I was only there for a week. They just needed me to help out or whatever. And it was really like, okay, so like it's like surreal to like book your ticket on some company card that you're not paying for, like by yourself. Like nobody does it for you, you do it by yourself. And you get there, like you get your Uber, you get your food, like you just keep swiping that card, sis, because you're not paying for it. It was like, kind of like weird at the beginning because I was like, okay, like nobody's watching me. But like obviously there's an honor code, and like you have to make sure that you explain your expenses later. But it was just really weird. But anyway, I get there and I was only there for a week, and I'm so mad because like in the beginning I didn't know that like I could like pay for Ubers. Can you imagine? Like I thought that I could only go to work and come back. I didn't think that I could like pay for an Uber to go eat, which is like, what is wrong with you, Daniela? And I never got to go to the San Francisco Bridge, which makes me really sad thinking about it now because I haven't even been back to San Francisco since then. But lessons learned, it's okay. But it was a good experience. Overall, people were really nice to me. But it still felt really like weird being like a newbie and being like, from the first day you want to like seem really excited. You also want to ask questions, you want to listen in meetings, you want to take notes. Even if they don't ask you to take notes, take notes. And something I learned is like introduce yourself to everyone, because it's not anybody's job to introduce you. I've always taken upon myself to advance my career. It's not nobody's job to do it for me. So like from day one, I was like, hi, my name is Danielle. Like the most confident I can sound, because even if I'm an associate, I'm still an asset to this team. I don't care what you guys say, like I'm an asset to this team. Okay, that's kind of my attitude. I think I'm gonna do a video about like how to succeed in your first year. But anyway, yeah, I did that. It was really good. Then the next week, so like literally that Wednesday, they told me about another client that I had to go to, and it was in Atlanta. I think I did a week in the life of my a week in my life as a consultant video on when I was there. And that one was more stressful. This was like a more like, it was a 3-month project, and it was just me and a manager, and it was a little bit more stressful because the project was really confusing, and it was just me basically, and reporting to the manager. I was doing all the work and giving it to him, and yeah, this manager was really like helicopter. I don't know what the proper term is, but like he was micromanager. Yeah, he was like really up my business all the time, which was expected because I was an associate, but the way it was, it just felt like really, yeah, whatever. But that was an experience. But I think what I learned from that process is to reach out to your network and ask advice. You know, you don't necessarily have to say who you work for, but like I think what I learned from that is to find those people at the firm that you can trust and that trust you, that you can just open up to, be like, hey, this is going on, I just need advice on how to handle the situation or whatever. But all in all, that situation also taught me to just be confident, and sometimes when people question you, just be open for feedback, and like it's okay to be wrong, you know, it's just how you take it. Like don't go off crying, like people yell at you or whatever, just like, I don't know, just deal with it. Like nobody ever yelled at me though, but I've definitely been in meetings, definitely been in situations where it was like very tense, and I get it, the project was really like tense overall, the client was really tense, so like I understood, but it was definitely harder than it was like hard for like a new associate to go through. So that was an experience. And then my next thing was I was on the bench. I was on the bench for like a month, and this is when I learned that, oh, like the bench is real. Like you got to make sure that you are networking, you have to make sure that you are seeking out for new projects. It's kind of your job as a consultant to make sure you're not on the bench, which it's like there's a person the person's job is to make sure that you have a project. However, they have so many people that they're in charge of, and if you don't know them that well, like maybe you might not be on the top priority list. Like, so you want to make sure you like schedule those meetings, reach out to people yourself, take it upon yourself to take your career from point A to point B. Is what I've really learned through this whole year and a half so far, because it's honestly not anybody's job really, right? But also it just takes you that much further when you are the one initiating all the conversations. You're saying, hey, I'm interested in this, like can I get on a call with you, can we talk about what the work is, let me show you how I can be of an asset to your project. So that's what that period of time taught me. But also I really liked being on the bench because it was nice. Like I could work from wherever I wanted to work from, and I didn't have to travel. But like I love traveling, but it was just nice because after that one project I was just like, I need a breather, you know. But it was cool because like you could be anywhere, and then like you are helping out with proposals, you're helping out with like internal firm things, but like you can be wherever you want. That was really cool. And then after that I got on another project in California, this time in San Diego, which is the one I'm like literally still on now. And literally best project ever. I love this project so much. The people are really, really nice. Honestly, I've never worked with not nice people, to be honest though. Like people are usually nice. I think that the project could just make this, you know, the team stressed because it's a hard project or because the client might be hard, but like I've never really worked with like really rude people, which I'm super blessed by. But this is where I really got to like learn myself as a consultant, and then learn how to put different hats on as a consultant, because I started out with the client from like the beginning, from like the assessment to like the vendor searching, to like finding the vendor and actually sticking with one, doing requirements for the vendor, and then actually doing the implementation, and now I'm going live. Like I did like the whole process of a project from the beginning to end, and that like helped me tremendously as a consultant, because in the beginning, you know, I started out just being like, you know, PMO, but like after that I was like leading a work stream, and actually leading client meetings by myself. I think I got a lot of opportunities that most associates wouldn't get because of this project, and I give all glory to God. I think my experience with that was just that you either, like, I feel like in consulting, from what I know so far, like, you gotta just be with it or not, because like there's no middle ground. Like, I feel like if you want to be successful in it, you really have to put your all in. Like, you have to work during work hours, and when you're not working, you have to make sure that you're networking. So like I talked about this in like 10 things I hate about consulting video, but like you make it your own, right? So like a lot of times you have like happy hours with clients, you have dinners with like coworkers and things like that, and like it's fine not to go, but also it's like if you're constantly not going, especially when the client is there, it's not a good look for the company. So you have to, like, you gotta be all in. Like, you gotta make sure that like when you come into work, like you're always facing the client, so you have to put on a good attitude. You can't be like sad every day, because at the end of the day, like, you're working with clients and they're paying for you to be there. So you gotta, you know, have a good attitude every day. And then I think you have to push yourself to speak up during meetings. That's the one thing that I'm so happy my manager taught me to do, because if you don't, you'll just get lost in the sauce and you'll just be like that note taker. And I was like, I do not want to be a note taker my whole year as an associate. Like, that's not what I came here for. I came here to actually learn. So while like, yeah, I did start with note taking, and like, you know, preparing slides or whatever, which by the way, that never goes away. You always do decks, okay? You're always doing a freaking slide to present to someone, because that's what consulting is. Like, our deliverables are always some kind of slide deck about how you can better this process or whatever. But like, okay, not always, but like it always, whatever you have to explain is always in a presentation format, is what I'm trying to say. Like, you're always presenting something to someone. That never goes away. You just get better at it and you get over it, basically. But yeah, going back to the note-taking thing, I think one thing my manager really taught me was that, hey, like, when you walk into a meeting, even if you won't be talking that much, just introduce yourself in the beginning, and then after the meeting, say, hey, these are the action items that I caught during this meeting. If you guys have anything else, let me know. Email me at this email. So it's like you're establishing that you have a role in this meeting. That was so helpful to me. That helped me really have a connection with the client, and eventually I was able to do things by myself, and then like I got more trusted and everything like that, and that's when I was able to lead my own work stream, that was a lot of work, but I'm really thankful for the opportunity, because like I said, it taught me how to put on different hats. And yeah, so I think that my first year as a consultant, wow, I feel like I just rambled even though I was supposed to answer that one question, but I hope you guys enjoyed that part. But I think that one thing I've learned was that, yeah, you gotta go all in or not at all, because if you're going to have a good experience your first year, you will have to put yourself out there. Like, you just have to, because if you don't, then like you'll just be another associate, you know, and you don't want to be that way. We are children of God, so we can't just be another person. We gotta be that person. You feel me? Yes. All right, next question I'm gonna answer is my job what I expected it to be? I think both. I think I definitely did expect the travel. I knew that I was gonna travel Monday to Thursday. I was kind of like mentally prepared for it. However, like, I didn't mentally prepare for having to think of what I'm going to wear every single week. Like, that's a lot for a girl. That's a lot, okay? I didn't prepare for that. I didn't prepare for having to wake up at like 4 in the morning, depending on where I'm going in the United States, which is annoying. And I didn't prepare for losing my Thursday nights, because I don't travel anymore, which is so sad. We'll get to that. But I used to travel to Pacific time in California, and so when I come back on Thursdays, like, my night is gone. Like, I didn't prepare for that. But other than that, I think everything was what I expected it to be. I kind of went in knowing that it was going to be very cutthroat, it was going to be hard and everything, but that honestly wasn't my experience. It wasn't cutthroat, it was hard, you know. I did have to like try a lot, I did work a lot, but I actually have never worked, okay, now that like, I think the latest I've worked now is 1 a.m, but that was literally one time. I've heard like really crazy stories, and I thank God that I have never experienced that like whole thing where you like work and then you go eat and then you work again together at the hotel. Like, that has never been me, and it would never be me in the name of Jesus, because what is that? But like, if you like, sometimes you have to work late, you know what I mean? Like if you have a deadline and like, you know, the client changes something last minute, sometimes you have to work late. But honestly, I've never worked that late consistently like that, so praise the Lord for that. Yeah, so I think it is what I expected it to be. All right, will I be there for a long time? See, that's a question that I'm constantly contemplating. I've always went in knowing that I wanted to go in and make it to senior, which is like 2 to 3 years before you make it to senior, and then I'll like rethink about what I want to do. Right now I'm actually enjoying it, which is so crazy. Like, I'm enjoying it, but then there's things that I really don't like about it. And if you want to know those things, I have a whole video called 10 things I hate about management consulting. I'll link it up there, put it in the description box. Yeah, so there are things that I really don't like about it, but like overall I do enjoy what I do. But sometimes I do feel like, hey, I'm working a lot and like my pay is not matching that. So sometimes I'm like, dang, you know, I could just have a 9 to 5 and then make a little bit more than what I'm making now and be chilling, right? But also I'm looking at this as an investment into my future. I'm looking at it as, okay, I'm gonna take 2 to 3 years to do this, and then I'll be able to go somewhere else with better experience, or I'll be here for 5 to 6 years. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like, I might like it and stay for 5 years, might just leave in 3, but or might be a partner, like who knows. Like, I'm surprised I'm saying that right now. Wow. But yeah, I don't know. Does that answer your question? Probably not. But I think my first year as a consultant, like, there were definitely times, don't get me wrong, like, consulting is not like, oh my god, it's so awesome, like whatever. There are definitely times where I was just like, why am I here? I want to leave. But I think that that's the thing with anything. Like, if you really there's always a downside to anything, right? There's always sometimes you're gonna get really stressed and you're like, I don't want to do this, but it's worth it for the things that you actually want to do. So that's what I'm trying to decide. Like, do I actually want to do this for a long time, or am I just doing this for like 5 to 6 years? That I want to figure out, and I'll let you guys know when I have that figured out. But I don't think it's like terrible. I've actually enjoyed most of my time working here, but I think I'm just ready for like a level up in my salary. I think that's like the main reason why I would want to leave, is because like I feel like I should get paid more. But if you guys want to know how much consulting gets paid, you can go and watch that video as well on my channel. I'll link it up here and link that below. But those are my thoughts after working for a year as a consultant. I hope I answered most of the questions that you guys would have. If I didn't, please let me know in the comments below, and I will maybe make another video answering the questions, or I'll just comment down below if it's something really quick and easy. But yeah, overall so far, I think my experience as a consultant has been pretty unique from most people that I've watched on YouTube. I've liked it for the most part, but there are times that I'm like, what am I doing here? But I don't think that the bad outweighs the good yet. And also, right now it sucks because I'm in quarantine, so it's like, oh, I'm not traveling, so that's like really not fun. But with that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give me a big like, and make sure to join the notification squad and subscribe and join this kingdom, okay, speaking rain together. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.